You're listening to the Ramblin' Matt Ramage podcast. Let's go!
What is up, everybody? All right. We're doing this thing. Alex Strouf will be joining me very, very soon, but I want to jump on this thing tonight. I had a few beers. I was watching Game on Wisconsin. They had the Jamal Williams show. They had A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones join them, and it got me hyped up to just talk about some Packer football. And I've been trolling people like all week long. People have been mad at me on the internet. People have been a little pissed off because, like, I guaranteed victory. People were like, you can't do that. You can't do that. This is the playoffs. The Rams have the most dangerous defense of all time. Not literally, but a lot of people are like, dude, they're just mad because I think the Packers are going to win this game. And, like, should I lie to you? Like, should I lie and say, like, well, I'm scared? You know, I'm not. I'm not scared. I'm not saying, like, it's guaranteed. Obviously, the Packers aren't guaranteed to win the game. But I think they're going to win. I'm not saying I think they're going to blow them out. It's going to be like this ridiculous, like, laughable game. But the Rams don't scare me. They were one of the teams I hoped the Packers would play. People were, like, rooting for the Bears. But, like, beating the Bears a third time wasn't a guarantee. And I think that the Rams or the Bears, I think it was a toss-up. Like, I really didn't care. What's up, Joey? The Jaguars in the building? What Lunchable did Alex have? I don't even know. Oh, Alex is here. All right, Alex is in the building. All right. Let's add him in here. What is good, Alex? All
Hello.
right. Let's get you on the fadeaway. I'm not real good at the close-up because my face.
Yeah, I'm too close. I don't like that either.
The way my face is set up, I don't know.
What's up, brother? How are you?
I'm good. I was just talking to the people a little bit. All right.
How are the people? More importantly, how are the people?
I think they're good. Look, we got someone from Hawaii.
Hi, Conrad. Good to see you, buddy.
See, Conrad, you live in Hawaii.
I see Ryan in North Carolina, one of my favorite states.
That is good. But, dude, I want to talk about Hawaii because, like, you live in Hawaii and you chose to listen to this thing. You should go outside.
Yeah. You should probably go put your feet in the sand and drink a beer outside.
No, I appreciate you tuning in.
Stopping by, buddy.
So,
Familia Moreno. Hi, Familia Moreno. He or she did not say hello to me, but
nobody cares about you.
No, that's totally fair.
No, I'm just kidding.
Let's chat, buddy. What's up?
Let's talk because this is gonna be my podcast too, so it has to be good for the audio version.
Oh,
because,
okay.
Because a guy at my work told me I don't post enough podcasts. He's like, you're always doing the video stuff, and I always miss it. I ain't going to watch the old stuff. I want to listen to it in my car. So here's a podcast for you people. All right, no, Alex, I was talking a little bit about this, but I want to talk about this because I want to talk a lot of shit. All right, I've been talking shit. I've been pissing people off. But before we do, I want to talk about Game on Wisconsin, that Jamal Williams show, because I watched this thing. Dude, Jamal Williams show, they had Jamal Williams, obviously. Yep. Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon, and a bunch of goofballs. No, but, like, that was a really, really good show. Like, I watched it's the only time, I think probably the 2 or 3 times this season I watched the full 45 minutes. I think it was close to like 50 minutes today.
50 minutes tonight, yeah.
And I've only watched the full thing like 3 times. But I was drinking some beers, and I was like, I think I'm in the mood to make a show now. It won't be as good, but... No, but they had some great stories. They were giving A.J. Dillon the smack. So anybody who hasn't watched or listened or whatever, is that in podcast form too?
No, it's on YouTube though. Sorry, Mark, our buddy Mark said in the Facebook chat, "What shirt do you have on?" It's a WNBA sweatshirt. I apologize for everybody listening in podcast form. Off to a bad start, but the Jamal Williams show tonight was a blast. So we had Aaron scheduled. Aaron Jones was scheduled to be there. And it's about so I went to the bathroom. I emptied my bladder because I have to sit behind a computer and produce it and be on air for some of it. So I wanted to empty my bladder before we started the show. It was just Jamal there. I left. I came back, and there's A.J. Dillon, who we were not expecting. And so I was just, hey, A.J., what's up, dude? Before we went on, and then Aaron showed up, and we had a fun old time. Played a little trivia. But you can go find that on the Game on Wisconsin YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, wherever. Appreciate you allowing me to plug that. It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
It was good. It was good. I watched it. I shared it on my Facebook. So if
Hey,
you
did you send Steve his Go Pack or Bears Still Suck hat from like 3 weeks ago?
I'm doing it tomorrow. I've been behind because I got some other stuff to ship out tomorrow. I'm shipping everything out tomorrow. I'm very behind.
There you go, Steve from Janesville.
No, I'm definitely sending this shit out tomorrow. I'm missing the conversation over here in the chat. No, I'm definitely sending it out tomorrow. So, anyways, I want to talk a little bit of shit. All right, Alex.
Let's do it.
I know that you're not much of a shit talking kind of a guy. You're.
That's not true. You barely know me then.
But you're more of a, you whatever. You're professional. Somewhat. You pretend to be. You try to.
Yeah,
be.
right. I pretend to be.
No, but like I'm not nervous about the Rams game, and like people are mad at me for saying that I'm not nervous. So like,
I'm not either.
I like that.
Nervous. Yeah. No, I've done a couple different hits today. Locker room app this morning. I did a ESPN radio station out of Iowa this afternoon, and both of those platforms. I'm going to make you the third. Sorry, I'm a broken record today. They lost to the Jets 4 or 5 weeks ago.
Why
are you nervous?
Dude, I've been saying it because like I've been getting cocky. So I made a comment on Facebook, NFL on Fox or one of these sports pages, because this is what I do with my day. I'm taking a shit, or if I'm at work, I scroll through Facebook and I make comments. This is what I do with my life now. And it got like 1.8 thousand likes or reactions. Most of them were not likes, because it was about Brady and Breeze. It said Brady and Breeze match up in the NFC playoffs for the first time, and I said, "Cool. Whoever wins that game gets to lose at Lambeau." And then people didn't like that much because they're like, "Oh, you got to play the Browns first." I'm like, "Yeah." And people are like, "You can't."
Don't overlook opponents, and the Packers, and I want to say pre-LaFleur era this mostly was, but they've done that in the past where they've overlooked teams. I think actually during the LaFleur era, they lost the Eagles last year, shouldn't have lost that game. But that's really the only game in the LaFleur era I think they overlooked an opponent. I think they got beat by the Vikings this year. I don't think they overlooked them because you don't look divisional opponents. But to my point, this is the playoffs. The temperature, both outside and in a figurative term, are really, they're completely different than the regular season. The Rams are here for a reason. They won a playoff game. They got in before that. I mean, they're not scrubs. And I made the joke off the top about the Jets. They're not scrubs. They're clearly an NFL football team. They're a team that was in the Super Bowl 2 years ago or 3 years ago, whatever it was. I mean, 2 years ago it was only. But, I mean, this team is still good. They're banged up. Cooper Kupp's banged up. Jared Goff's got a gimpy thumb. It sounds like your throat is bubbling or gurgling. That's not healthy. And who didn't I mention yet? Aaron Donald's banged up. So we'll see. I still think, they're the number one scoring defense in terms of they allow the least amount of points. But I'm not nervous. The Packers score 27 points. They win this game. And we've made their entire season's run about scoring points. 4 touchdowns. They're over 30, whatever it was, 11 of the 16 games this year, 12 of the 16 games this year, 30 or more points. I mean, that's outrageous. They average more than 30 points a game. And the Rams don't score that many points. They score 27 points on Saturday. They win that football game.
Yeah, see, and my thing is, cause I talk a lot of shit. Like, I talk a lot of shit.
Oh, I know.
Sometimes I talk so much shit, I'm like, man, I shouldn't talk so much shit. No, but it's what I do. But then people are like, well, you can't overlook the Rams. Like, yeah, I can. Like, I'm not suiting up. Like, you had Jamal, A.J. Dillon, Aaron Jones. Like, they weren't like, I wonder what Matt thinks about the game. Like, no one gives a shit. LaFleur isn't asking me tips on, like, routes people should be running, plays he should be calling. Like, dude, it doesn't matter, like, what I say. If I say the Packers can win by 40, or if I just sleep through the game, which I wouldn't do. But, like, I affect the game at none at all. So, like, dude, I'm going to talk shit. I don't always talk shit. Like, before the Bucs game earlier in the year, I didn't talk shit that week. I didn't, because I wasn't fully confident. Like, I didn't think that they would lose. I definitely didn't think what would happen did happen. But I damn sure don't think that would happen again. If the Bucs come to Lambeau, which might just happen,
It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
I would think.
Look, I think that's the one upset we see this weekend. I think the Bills and Chiefs win in the AFC. I think the Packers beat the Rams on Saturday. I just don't see Drew Brees beating Tom Brady 3 times in the same year. I have a hard time believing that Tom Brady is going to lose to the same quarterback, especially, it's Drew Brees. There's some past there. They played a ton in either the National Football League. They played in college, I think, once or twice. But there's not a ton of history there. They're just like the best quarterbacks freaking ever. I mean, you don't even have to look it up, Matt. Think about this. I'm talking Brees Brady here. They're 84 years combined, 84 years combined. I mean, that's got to be the highest by 2 quarterbacks ever in a playoff game. They've definitely got the most passing yards combined of any quarterbacks going head-to-head in a playoff game. Most touchdown passes. I mean, probably the most playoff wins or most to win. I mean, this is ridiculous. And I think the only comparable, relationship versus matchup would be Manning Brady. But I think Brees and Brady, they played longer. I think they've got all those records. I mean, I think this is just and Tom Brady tweeted that graphic. I'm not sure if you saw that of the History Channel and the beards. Yeah, this should be on the History Channel. This is history, and it could be Drew Brees's. And honestly, I think it will be Drew Brees's final game in the National Football League. I think it'll be a good one, but I think the Buccaneers win. That offense, I mean, Antonio Brown and Tom Brady are playing really well right now, and they've still got Chris Godwin and Mike Evans on that offense. So I think it'll be Bucs-Packers for the NFC Championship. But again, it's any given Sunday, and in this weekend's case, Saturday as well. So we'll see, but I'm feeling really confident about the Packers. And I've said this a few times. I've never felt this confident as a Packers fan. I've never felt this confident, which might set us up for just extreme heartbreak. Knock on wood. I hope that doesn't happen. But I've never felt this confident.
Oh yeah, I haven't felt this confident for a playoff game. I don't think since ever, because the Rams were the team. Like if I said it to like my kids, and I said to other people, like they were like, I want the Bears. I'm gonna root for the Bears. Like first of all, I don't root for the Bears unless it legit. We need them to get into the playoffs, which hasn't happened in a long ass time.
Correct.
But like, I wasn't scared of the Rams. Like I get they have a monster defense. I'm not saying like I said, it's not going to be a blowout. It might be a blowout, but I'm not saying that I wouldn't put money on a blowout because I think the defense is tough. But I think a really good, the number one offense, I think beats the number one defense more times than not. Especially when like the Packers, I believe, are a top 10 defense, right?
They've got to be out there. I don't know where they rank.
I looked at ESPN. It was a couple weeks ago. They were. It depends.
I can tell you they're top 8 in the remaining teams. I mean, they're top 8 right now, I guess.
The Packers defense is not bad. So the Packers defense is damn sure better than the Rams offense. And the Rams defense is number 1. Packers offense is number 1. Excuse me. Devontae Adams will not be shut down. I don't give a shit what anyone says. Like Devontae Adams will not be shut down.
I think he still gets in. I mean, I don't think his role will be as large as it typically is. I don't think he's going to have double-digit catches or I think maybe he'll have 5-6 catches. But when he finds an opening, you better be damn sure Aaron Rodgers is going to exploit that opening. I mean, there's no way there's not. I will tell you right now, I think 1 or 2, maybe 3 passes for 15 or more yards to Devontae Adams.
2 touchdowns. That's going to be my.
I don't think 2, but I think 1. I like the bold prediction. I'm not.
It will be my bold prediction. I like it. Anyone listen? Don't tell nobody. It's going to be on Saturday. I'm going to say it pregame, but but I'm buzzed up, so I'm going to tell you. No, but I think that they're going to. A lot of other guys are going to be open. I think MVS is going to be open. Like
MVS is going to play a big role in this game. You've got Alan Lazard banged up this week. Hopefully, I think he'll play. I mean, it's the playoffs. I have a hard time thinking he doesn't. But I think MVS is going to play a big role this week. I mean, we know the vertical threat he is. He's just got to hang on to the ball. And we know the roller coaster ride we've had with Marquez Valdes-Scantling this year. But I think he'll play a big role, and I think the offense will be fine. I think we're going to have a lot of that tight end play we saw early in the year show up this week. I think I don't know. I've got so many thoughts, Maddie. Just tell me.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
No,
I'm all over the place,
dude. I love it. We got to keep going. No, but like stopping the run because that's what a lot of people are saying. Like their offense is the run because, dude, they're Goff. All right, he hurt his what did he get? He's got like a broken thumb or some shit, right? I don't. Broken thumbs don't do well.
Yeah, he had thumb surgery now. What day is it? It's Tuesday when we're recording. So he had thumb surgery like 11 or 12 days ago.
Yeah, so like it's not going to be cold, but it's going to be LA cold. It's going to be like 20 is 25 degrees. I forget exactly. So
like low to mid 20s. Yeah.
Yeah, so I saw a stat, which I don't know is true because it's Twitter and, I read shit, and sometimes, you don't know who's what. But I saw that he has, in under 30 degrees, he has 0 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Do you know, have you heard?
I know he struggles immensely in cold weather. I don't know the stats. You actually read further into that deeper than I did.
So you better believe I did.
Good for you. But yeah, I know he struggles. I mean, I don't think he's ever won a game under some certain degrees. I mean, look, it's a team coming from Los Angeles, California, play 8 of their games in 75 year round. This is a very weird weather situation for them, and there's no way they can duplicate that in practice this week. What are you going to do in Los Angeles to replicate Green Bay in January? Turn on the air conditioning really high? I mean, what do you do? So I think it comes down to a couple things for the Pack. I mean, they can't and I've seen a couple people here as we're doing this live as well say in the comments they don't want Cam Akers to run all over them. I don't think that will happen. I think he will have a nice game. I think you can kind of look at this game. You can compare this game to 2 games from the regular season. Mash them together, and this is how I feel. Defensively, it's a game similar to San Francisco. I know they were beat up, but you're going to run a lot of those schemes because they're run first. Goff's thumb is beat up, and you want to win that battle in the trenches, especially when you're not used to the weather. So I imagine it's going to have a lot of the San Francisco game, but it's also going to have a lot of the Tennessee game, given obviously the circumstances of the weather. But again, another run-first team, you make them throw, they get uncomfortable. And I think the scoreboard's going to look a lot like it did against Tennessee. I mean, Packers are 6.5-point favorites. I think they win by more than that.
Oh, yeah, I think so, too. And, like, what the hell was I going to say? It just left. Dude, it was there. And then let's read this comment anyways. Basically, when teams make it this far, they make it here for a reason. They're both good, but the Packers are better. And that's what it is. Because I'm not saying the Rams are a shit-ass team. I think they're similar to the Bears, in my opinion. Better defense. I don't know. Offense is probably pretty similar. But, they just don't scare me. I think that – I forgot what I was going to say something so freaking good, too. So, Alex, you say something good.
Yeah, I'll say something good here. I'll do some interaction for your podcast. All of you rocking with us live. Give me your score prediction. I won't hold you to it. I know we're a few days out yet. But give me your score prediction for Saturday's game between the Packers and the Rams. If you're listening on the podcast, tweet us at Matt Ramage, at Alex_Strouf. What is your prediction for Saturday?
You're like glitched. No, I'm not sure. I think Alex glitched out. Okay,
can you hear me?
Oh, I can now. You glitched out here for a second. And for people who are watching on YouTube, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Look at me using graphics and stuff.
Wow.
But you're impressed. Hey, do you want to take some calls? I know I texted you earlier. You didn't get back to me.
I was in the middle of the, I was.
You're editing.
No, was I? Is that what I was doing?
I saw you posting some stuff on Twitter for Game on Wisconsin. I thought maybe you're
editing. I thought that was still during the show. I thought that's what I was busy with. But you might be.
Anyways.
Right.
Yeah, I texted you after that, but whatever, no big deal.
We can take some calls if you want to take some calls. I mean, I'm up for whatever.
So if anyone wants to take some calls, I don't know about that. Words get harder as we go along. No, but if you want to call in, I'll set it up. We'll just go through you because you have the better technology over there.
Let's do that.
I'm not real good. I'll turn on Alex's phone situation.
I got to get it set up then. Oh my! All right, I'm ready.
We'll keep it moving along here. So
seen a lot of score predictions. Feel free to call in. So when we do these calls, this is what I want. This is what I want to hear because this is what I'm really curious about because I think everybody has at least a different level of opinion. Tell me what your biggest fear is going into Saturday's game. What is the one thing where I know a lot of us are feeling confident. I see that in the score predictions. You guys are all saying kind of a 2-possession game. What is your biggest fear? What makes this game go south Saturday? I don't want to be a pessimist, but I just want to hear what you guys think. And I know a lot of you will probably, call in and say something along the lines of, I'm not scared. We're going to win by 1,000,000 points. Which
No. You don't know my following.
Can they be negative?
Because they can be, and a lot of, and I'm not saying these beautiful people. These beautiful people have been very positive so far. But like, I pissed a lot of people off because I was saying the Packers are gonna win. I'm not worried. Like, dude, I've been saying this shit because I'm just not. And like, that's what I was saying. Is like, should I lie? Like, should I like? And like Donald, he's banged up because he's a beast, dude. I'm not gonna argue. I'm not gonna act like they don't have great players on the team. But like, he's got like a cartilage, like rib tear or something. I don't even know. Something that makes me know that I would be knocked out for 3 months, laying in bed, dead. And I get that. He's an absolute beast. He's comparable. Like, a lot of people compare him to Reggie White and like all these great guys. But if you want to call in, let's throw this number up here real quick. All right, here we go.
Yeah, no. Going to go into, here we go. 877-672-6243. That's the Ramblin' Matt Ramage phone line. 877-672-6243. A lot of score predictions coming in and other concerns. So I'm going to, as we await a phone call or two, I'm just going to roll through some of these. And turnovers, sure. Turnovers were, I don't think the Packers are going to turn the ball over. Maybe a fumble. Aaron Rodgers isn't throwing an interception on Sunday, right? I don't see that happening.
So do you think, because I've been getting this comment a lot, Rodgers gets rattled like he was against Tampa, and Adams only focuses with a 3-yard pass to him? Like, I get that, because when it's not just Rodgers, though. People say, well, when there's a defensive rush, Rodgers gets rattled. Yeah, every quarterback does. Even the greats. Yeah. Brady, that's why he lost to the Giants in Super Bowl twice, because they had a good defensive line. So, yeah, but the Packers' offensive line had a bad game that day. And the Tampa Bay, dude, they had a good game that day. Tampa Bay isn't some powerhouse. They had a great game. Yeah. All right, I don't know what's going on with my phone here. Oh, I think these are all going to me.
I got some now. I got somebody on the line, I think. Let's make sure. What's your name? Where are you calling from? What do you got? Nope, maybe not. Let's try that again.
Call for.
Oh, you've got the voicemail robot set up again, Maddie. You got to get rid of the voicemail robot.
Dude, I had it fixed.
Press 3.
I can't fix it while we're going.
This is unbelievable.
Oh, because all right, I don't know if we're able to take calls, because I don't think that's going to work.
Never mind. Sorry, everybody. Matt doesn't know how to work technology.
No, because, dude, I'm bad with the phone stuff.
Yeah.
No, because
we've got to get you learned on that, don't we?
You know why? Because I took it off. I took your number off it. So when I put it back on, it probably, because I was afraid that
you need to make sure it says connect automatically. That's what you needed to say.
I know. But anyways, we're not going to take calls today because
turn my number off. I'm still getting them.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work. But anyways, we want to keep it moving here, people. All right. So throw your comments. Whatever you want to say in the comments, we will read them off, and we'll keep this show moving on along. If you're listening on the podcast, I apologize. They do get better. You think we're in the playoffs?
This is rough. No, this is what teams are supposed to be playing at their best, right?
I know.
You and I tonight playing at our worst. This is like back in September, man. This is not good.
This is rough. We're like the Vikings. We are in off-season mode. All right. No. Dude, I want to talk about that for a minute. I want to give the Vikings too much time, but the Viking fans have been chirping on my shit a little bit lately. And, like, dude, because they're in off-season mode. You know how Viking fans do in the off-season. They just talk shit. They run their mouth. They're sending me pictures of Rodgers getting tackled. Oh, what the hell? Yeah, I can't do it. A friend of mine's calling in, but I don't have my shit set up on my phone. But I know he wants to get on the show. Hey, Mark, if you're calling in, I can't take your call because I don't have it set up for me to take calls. No, because he's a great caller. But but like Viking fans, like they chirp so much, and it just like, dude, like wait for our season to end. I get your season's over, but like because it's always over this time. And then they're talking about Deshaun Watson going to the Vikings. Like, dude, you can't afford him, so you're just talking nonsense. But what I can do, all right, Alex, all right, I had a post today because I'm doing a Q&A. I have a video coming up where I'm going to ask them. I ask questions. People ask me questions, and I'm going to make a really good video. Well, I'm going to try. So let me go to this post. You say some shit. What do you want to talk about?
Well,
And then,
I'm going to read some of these comments because I actually,
you read some comments. Then I'll throw some comments in of my Q&A post, and then we'll have some shit to talk about.
Yeah. I guess I am genuinely curious about concerns. I have a couple myself, and I think we'll wait to get to those here in about 5-10 minutes. But Donald knocks 12 out of the game after beating Patrick. Lucas Patrick versus Aaron Donald is concerning. Not being able to stop the run. I'd say relax on that. Cam Akers isn't Derrick Henry, and we saw what happened there. But again, that's one performance. We'll see. Donald is going to be in the combo for defensive GOAT. He already is. That dude's scary. Yeah, I agree with that. Right up there was like Reggie White, I would argue, as maybe the best defensive end ever. So, yeah, he's already in the GOAT conversation, I think. But, if he does something crazy Saturday with the injury he had this past weekend, I think that narrative furthers. Special teams letting up huge plays, our buddy Mark says. That's always a fair concern with the Pack. Been a rough year for Sean Menenga and company. What else we got? No excuses. A very winnable game. Rams are banged up. We are pretty healthy. Yeah, outside of Bakhtiari obviously being the big one. Really not a ton of concern to be had for this Packers team. The offensive lines, and here's the thing I said when Bakhtiari went out, and I'm still going to stick to this because I do believe this. The offensive line has been the best position group for the Packers this year, outside of quarterback, obviously, because it may be, wide receiver one. But as a position group, offensive line has been the best and been the most versatile. The flexibility has been impressive. When they've had guys out, they've plugged in their backups and they've played exceptionally well. And, we saw some John Runyon earlier in the year as a rookie late round pick, and he played well. Elton Jenkins has played every freaking position on the football field, I think, and he's been fantastic. I don't love the matchup between Patrick and Donald. I don't think any of us should because it's Aaron freaking Donald. And as I just said, he's in the GOAT conversation for defensive lineman ever. I mean, he's that good. But you got to have some confidence. You got to have some faith. I think the Packers will be fine. And again, they scored 27 points, but they've been able to do a lot this year. They're going to win this football game.
Yeah, dude, I agree. I think Aaron Donald, you can't deny that he's a monster, and you hopefully that LaFleur and all the smart people, they have a plan. Like, they didn't ask me about the plan. I'm glad they didn't because I wouldn't have an answer. But what do you think about this defense? All right, Julie asks, I'm still concerned about the defense. Will they be ready? In my opinion, yes. This defense, I'm not worried about the defense at all against the Rams because the Rams' offense isn't all that great.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%, Matt. Well said. I mean, they're good enough. Again, I want to keep emphasizing the fact there's two polar opposites with the Rams. I can keep bringing up the point they have Sean McVay as their head coach, and they were in the Super Bowl 2 years ago. But I can also bring up the recency bias. They lost the Jets a month ago. This team's good. They're here for a reason. I'm really not concerned with the defense. And again, this is to go back to my earlier point about peaking at the right time. I think the Packers defense has been doing that. The safeties and defensive backs have been just terrific the last half of the season. And the linebackers and defensive line have picked it up. And I don't know how much Snacks Harrison will see. Fitting comment to pull up. I don't know how much Snacks Harrison will see. More than we did against the Bears. And, I mean, I think he'll help. I don't think, he's all-pro Snacks Harrison, but he's still going to help. And Kenny just he's still played well this year. And I think people have really said, Kenny Clark didn't deserve his contract he got this offseason. I don't agree with that. I think he's played well. He was hurt in the beginning of the year. He's picked it up. I have a hard time believing Cam Akers is going to look like 2010 Adrian Peterson this weekend. He's a rookie. He's solid. Don't get me wrong. I had him in most of my fantasy leagues. I like Cam Akers, but I just don't see him going bananas against the Packers. I think the Packers are really locked in. And, talking with A.J. Dillon, Jamal Williams, and Aaron Jones tonight, I still 100% believe this team is really locked in. And I don't see them losing. I understand these concerns, and I'm with them. I agree with a lot of them. But you got to play your best football at the right time. The Packers have won, 5 or 6 straight? They're rolling, and I don't think they're going to get complacent. and we know how much they've struggled after buys. They the last 2 regular seasons have lost right out of their bye. Last year in the playoffs they won. I don't see Matt LaFleur getting complacent and not pushing this team. So, Jamal Williams said off the record tonight. He told us off the record. My buddy Jacob, who hosts that show, he said, "How was your off week?" And Jamal says, "We were working out every day." Every day. So,
we don't get an off week. I love that. Shit.
Yeah, this team isn't getting complacent.
So, what do you think about Mark's question here? What do you think about the addition of Jared? Put him out at tackle, put him Turner at guard. Like I don't know. I think that was a great addition because he was already here. Like wherever they do, I don't.
Now,
how will they use him?
He was already here, but he was also playing in a completely different system a week ago. In fact, starting in a completely different system a week before Saturday, 3 days ago, he was playing in a completely different system. He was here in August. We'll have to see. And Matt LaFleur said this today. We'll see where he's at. We'll see how much he remembers. That will determine how he can contribute on Saturday. I don't know if we're going to see a lot of Elliott this weekend. I'll be honest. NFC Championship game, assuming they get there, maybe he'll get thrown into the mix if they throw 6 offensive linemen out there, on the goal line or something. But yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, because like I was off for COVID for like 3 weeks. I didn't have it.
I know that. Yeah.
But so when I went back to work, I couldn't remember my fucking job. Like I was lost. Like I was like, what do we do here? And they're like, dude, do we need to be retrained? I'm like, maybe I'll just take a few more days off. It'll come back to me. No, but like I get that because it's been a long time. Like it'll take a minute. I don't think he's expected to do a shit ton this week. I think that they'll work him in. They'll see what he can do. I think it's huge for depth, like if need be. But I think it's a really good pickup because I'm sure they're not paying a ton. And he was playing last week, so obviously he's all pumped up.
Yeah, everybody is. Everybody is. How can't you be pumped up, Matty?
He's all pumped up. All right, so throw your comments in here. I was trying to work out. My internet's glitchy right now. I was trying to get some of these questions that I had. Dude, I have like 300 questions because I did a Q&A post today because I'm making this video. So I was like, hey, I'll throw some questions. But a lot of people are talking about like next season shit. Like I'm not going to answer questions about like.
Now, we're done. So I will tell you what. Until the Packers lose, and even if they don't, until they win the Super Bowl is how I probably should have phrased that.
Yeah, you should have.
I won't be talking about contract stuff anymore. I'm not talking about the money Aaron Jones is going to make this offseason somewhere else. I'm not talking about that anymore. I mean, the focus is right here, right now.
Oh, yeah, dude. All right, so let me ask you this, because I agree. I've said that. I'm not answering questions about whether or not this player or that player will be here next season.
I will in a month. We can talk about it as much as you want. We can talk about it for 3 months after that. I mean, we've got plenty of time to talk about that in a month. But
after the parade, I don't think there'll be a parade because COVID, but I'm still gonna march.
Hey, did you see Tuscaloosa, Alabama last night after?
No, I actually missed the whole game. I forgot it was on. I'm not a big college guy, but I meant to watch it.
There was a video on Twitter today, and obviously it's a college town. People were just all over the streets. I mean, they were packed like sardine cans in public streets. So I'm not advocating for that by any means because we're in the middle of a pandemic, but I wouldn't doubt that Green Bay gets a little bit rowdy if the Packers win the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, it's gonna. I think it'll be less, but it's definitely gonna happen, dude. I've told this story a few times, but like the '96 parade. I won't get all into it because like most people have probably heard my stories about this. It was absolutely bananas. People were climbing telephone poles. We're not damaged from like what I saw, but just getting rowdy because at that time it was so long. It was like the Bills.
30 years or something. Yeah.
So let's talk about that a little bit because a lot of people are asking about. Assuming the Packers make the Super Bowl, which I'm going to do. I'm going to assume, and we can talk about who we think they're going to play and what's in that, but in the AFC, who do you got? You got the Chiefs or the Bills? Because to me, it's up to those two. I get the Browns they're in it, and I think the Browns is a fun story, but I'm not sure that they. I shouldn't say it because they kicked the shit out of Steelers. But that was so much aggression. The same thing with the Bills, with the Patriots. I feel like that's so much built up aggression. This team has been beating the shit out of you for so many years, and that Browns game was so fun to watch. It really was. But I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be – no, first of all, let's talk about that Browns game for a second. While we're
Let's do it.
Because I took a shit the game's about to start. I'm like, all right, let me drop this douche real quick. And I come back at 14-0. I'm like, holy, what happened? Like, I didn't even know what happened. So I love to see it. And not because I hate the Steelers, but because the Browns have been kicked around for long. Yeah. And similar to the Packers.
And Juju Smith-Schuster said this past week, the Browns is the Browns, and then they just whipped them.
I saw a quote on that, and they said that was actually a Tomlin-ism. You know how we had McCarthyisms?
Yep.
It was a Tomlin-ism, and it wasn't disrespect to the Browns, but it was Tomlin saying
it was disrespect to the Browns.
Oh yeah, I think the way he used it was, but how I first heard it was when Tomlin said that quote. Whatever year it wasn't this year. Well, Tomlin would say the Browns are the Browns. They're all gray faces, but he meant we don't care about the other team. We only focus on us. But the way he said it, that was disrespect. I think it was dumb to say. It was
Juju's had that. Juju's had a few of those situations.
Like why though? Because remember when
he's had all.
Remember when Antonio Brown was leaving on his way out, and he was shitting on him so much. He was the most loved receiver ever because everyone's like, Antonio Brown's just being a dick to this guy, and I like him. But this season, and like, what do you?
His bike stolen. That was fun. I love the guy, and now I'm just not really in his corner anymore.
Yeah, because dancing around. I don't know. I don't like the Corvette. Yeah, I don't like it. I'm a TikTok guy. I watch TikTok. I see him, and I was like, why though? I don't want that. I wouldn't want that on my team. Like I don't. If you're winning, it's fine. But like you. I know, because I talk shit, and I'm all like, yo, I'll talk shit. But I don't play, so no one's hitting me. You know what I mean? No one's hitting me. I might take a few hits in the DMs. People are like, you're a piece of shit. But, like, I don't know. I don't like. But anyways, like I was saying, like, so who do you have going the way in the AFC? I think the Packers-Bills Super Bowl would be like, what's the look, Alex?
I don't think it's the Bills. I don't think it's the Bills. I think a lot of people have leaned that way. I would love to see that. I think that would be the most fun Super Bowl. Bills, and
that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying I think that.
It's not happening. I have a hard time believing the Chiefs aren't getting back. Which, as a Packer fan, that's probably the scariest matchup you could get in the Super Bowl. I could see the Ravens beating the Bills this week. I don't think it happens. I think the Bills win, but I could see it. I think it's Packers-Chiefs. I think it's the top seeds in both conferences, and it's Mahomes versus Rodgers. And I've been saying it for probably a month and a half now, I think, and I hate to do this because I just don't like talking about the Packers losing. I'm really confident. I think they can beat the Chiefs. But I've been saying this for well over a month, if not two. Rodgers going to win the MVP in the regular season. They're going to play the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Mahomes is essentially going to take the torch from Rodgers as the best quarterback in football, win Super Bowl MVP, win back-to-back titles.
All right, so Alex, it's been nice to have you on the show today.
However, let me follow that up with this. Now, I started saying that before they played the Titans the way they did, and the way they played the Bears, and the focus that I've seen out of this team. I think the Packers can beat anybody right now. Let me make that very clear. I think they have the best shot at winning the Lombardi right now. They just have the best shot, with 8 teams remaining. I'm really, and like I said earlier, I've never been this confident, and it feels like it's just going to lead up to heartbreak. But we'll see, man. I'm feeling good.
Dude, here's my thing. Like, why a couple reasons why I think the Packers could win the Super Bowl without being football-y. Not the football stuff. Not Aaron Rodgers is great, the defense can do this and that. Just the fact that how many like McCarthy became coach in 2005, I believe it was. I think
that's right.
Yeah, because it was right after Rodgers, they passed on him, and it might have been 2006 even. I don't even know. Anyways, but like it took them 4 years they won a Super Bowl, but they popped off quick because after 2000, they did well with Favre, and then they had a down year. But then 2007, they were in the NFC Championship game. Anyway, but it took a few years with Rodgers, but then they were in the Super Bowl in 2010. Rodgers' first start was 2008. So it took a couple of years. So same thing with LaFleur, new coach. We already have a premier quarterback, so you have to wait for a guy to learn anything.
No.
I mean, he had to learn a little bit of the offense or whatever, but obviously it was easier for Rodgers being a Hall of Fame quarterback. But so it's a second year. I think he's prime like the Rams. They had that new coach, and so a lot of times you get a new coach, throw the system in. If you have the players, you just go win the damn thing. And I think this could be the year they go win the damn thing. Yo, Pat Mahomes, all right. Patrick Mahomes. I don't think his mom's listening, but just in case, I don't want to get yelled at. Deshaun Watson, he's on a horrible team, but he's a great quarterback. You can talk about the Bills quarterback, Josh Allen, all these guys. Wait your turn. Rodgers ain't done yet, bro. He's not done. You're going to get your time to shine, baby. Tom Brady, you're done. All right?
Yeah.
Chill out. All right? You should have stayed in the AFC. I actually like Tom Brady. I'm not a Tom Brady hater.
I'm not either. I'm not either. I'm with you. I really can't hate the guy.
I can't. But this year, like, I'm not with you. All right? like you play for the Bucs. You beat up my team this year. It will not happen again. That game, I'm not even saying the Packers will win that game because I won't be as cocky as I am this week because I'm really cocky. And it's only, Tuesday? Like, I'm not even done yet. I'm not even done.
My goodness. By post-game Saturday night, you and I.
Oh.
As long as they win, that's going to be a lot of fun, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's going to. But, like, dude, I won't be as cocky next week. But I will be confident. But it's Brady, because Brady coming to Lambeau Field. Dude, just imagine that for a minute. Like, just take all the Packer fan out of you. Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, NFC Championship at Lambeau Field. Like, get the shit out of here. Like, dude, that will be the most epic game.
You know already. It doesn't matter. If the Packers get there, they're playing either the Saints or the Bucs. So it's either Breeze Rodgers or Brady Rodgers.
Oh,
I don't give a damn who they play. You're getting the last game of the weekend. The Chiefs and the Bills are going to be the matinee presentation of the National Football League. We're going to know, both those teams going into that game are going to know who they're playing the following week because they're going to put that thing on Sunday night. Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth are going to give it to us, and it is going to be great. I mean,
I can't wait.
If the Packers get to the NFC Championship, you've got an all-time classic ready to happen. It doesn't matter which team they play. It's going to be all-time classic. I would prefer Brady personally. I would love to see Rodgers, Brady, NFC Championship. I mean, so much hype. 12 versus 12. I mean, debatably the two best quarterbacks of the last 20, 30, 40, maybe ever. I mean, right. I mean, maybe ever. I mean, all the storylines that go into that. You have Tampa Bay beating Green Bay earlier in the year, and Green Bay is obviously the much better team now, but it's the NFC Championship game in Lambeau Field. I mean, that's a lot of fun. But again, let's focus on now. You got Los Angeles. You got Jared Goff, University of California. Aaron Rodgers, University of California. You've got Devontae Adams, Jalen Ramsey, who's debatably the best corner in the league. You've got Aaron Donald versus a backup left tackle. You've got the Packers, number one offense. Rams, number one. I mean, you've got McVay and LaFleur coached together.
There's so many stories in this game.
There's so much stuff going on.
Let me ask you this. I think we covered it slightly before, but let's talk about it again real quick. Who wins? Devontae Adams. I don't think I turned this off. I'm getting a bunch of messages here. Let me just take my watch off. I got this. So who wins that matchup? I don't say who wins, but will Devontae have a game? Obviously, he's playing the best cornerback he's played all season, but everyone's been saying that. Well, this is the best cornerback Devontae played all season. Yeah, and it's the best wide receiver Ramsey played all season. I don't give a shit. I know he played DK Metcalf and all that. Yeah, he's not as good as Devontae Adams. He's great. Love him. I don't want to say I love him, but I respect him. And he's all the things people talk about. But he's not Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams is number one wide receiver in the NFL.
Well,
so I think they're both.
Let me catch you. DeAndre Hopkins did play Jalen Ramsey twice this year.
Yeah, and he's really good.
Yeah, that's a toss-up. I mean, that's a coin flip between him and Adams.
Not to me.
Adams this year's been better. This year's been better.
And that's what we're talking about. We're talking about this year.
Yeah, and best receivers played this year. You're
so,
right.
He did very good against him. But I think Devontae Adams, he's just because he's not a physical. He's not going to get touched. He's
just the best route runner in the National Football League.
And I think that's really hard to cover. You're not going to shut down the most crisp route runner ever. I just don't. I'm not saying Devontae Adams is going to have 300 yards, and he's just gonna be like, it ain't no thing, like he's playing Jared Bush. But like, I think he's gonna do some shit. I think he might get 2 touchdowns, and I don't think he'll get 2 touchdowns, 150 yards. But I could see him getting a little amount of yards. But in the red zone, he gets a little squiggly, gets some touchdowns. And let me ask you this: who's the guy? Who's the guy, the bonus guy out of like MVS? Like you said, MVS. Lazard is banged up a little bit.
MVS. Like, the answer's MVS.
What about Tanyan?
Oh, yeah, the tight ends will have a big role this weekend. I think Mercedes Lewis will have a few catches too. But yeah, I think in order of receptions, early prediction here. I'm going to go MVS has the most catches on the Packers this weekend.
You think MVS has?
I think Devontae Adams will have 1 less than him, and I think Tunyon will have 1 less than him. I think it'll be like 6 receptions for MVS, 5 for Adams, 4 for Tunyon, and then a bunch of other people in between.
Yeah,
so,
I think the running backs are gonna get some opportunity. I think they're gonna have to pull the whole dude. Like they're gonna have to. This is calling all cars. Like with that defense.
Oh, but the thing is, Matt, 11 receivers caught a touchdown from Aaron Rodgers this year, which broke a Packers record. They know how to spread the wealth. I'm not worried about this offense. I think this offense is the last worry you should have, even against the top defense. They will score 27 points and they will win this game. If Aaron Rodgers has anything to say about it, they're winning this game.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And I can say it because MVS, here, I was thinking about this earlier, and I got all these ideas for, like, bold predictions for the pregame show that I probably sleep in for. But, so, like, my thing is, like, MVS, obviously, at his peak, baller. Like, he can do great things. But
the roller coaster ride.
Yeah, he has those drops. But, like, my thing is, like, there's a lot of guys in the playoffs. Like, T.O. before he was T.O. He had a bunch of drops in that game against the Packers, and I was all for it. And then he ended up catching that game-winning touchdown. I could see MVS doing that. Like, maybe not the drop all game, but just coming on during the playoffs. Yeah. Turning it on, being MVS for a full 60 minutes, and just, dude, having himself a damn game and helping the Packers win a game, like, in the playoffs, because that is when they need him.
100%. You're spot on tonight, Matty. Look at you hitting that all.
I'm like a damn analyst today, bro.
Yeah, man. You've got
ESPN. Get at me. No, but yeah. So I think they're gonna win. I think we discussed all the things we want to talk about. But like, I'm gonna keep talking shit all week, people. I'm
here for it. We're all here for it.
So let me hit up some of these banners here. Go check out my guy Alex Strouf on Twitter. All right, you can find him on Facebook, Instagram, but Twitter's the main place. He tweets stuff. Sometimes it's good. It's rare. But and also game on was
14% of the tweets are pretty good. The other 86%, you're in for a treat.
Yeah, he's talking about like what's his favorite snack or whatever. But
no. I'm talking about Lunchables.
So
there you go, Matt. This hat's for you.
What to say? My eyes ain't that good. I don't know if you noticed. ESPN. So yeah, Alex is
ESPN get at you, so I thought.
Yeah. Alex is a member at ESPN Madison. He's doing his thing over there, and they never called me. You know what I mean? Like
I'll let them know you're waiting.
Yeah, ESPN Green Bay, is that a thing?
No, it's not.
They should, dude. I'm gonna be the inventor.
There you go.
I'm gonna call the owner of ESPN. I'm not sure. I think that's Walt Disney. It might be. I think I got him on. I'll get him on the phone. I don't know if he's still alive. Anyways, everyone, share. If you're listening to the podcast still, I apologize. But make sure to like.
Yeah, if you made it this far, good for you.
Yeah, especially in a podcast.
Sorry about that.
I get people watching live because they can see the whole dumb shit that's going on. But if you're listening to the podcast this long, I salute you. I appreciate you. And make sure you're subscribed so you can listen to this more of this bullshit. It's gonna get better. Next season's gonna be so good. No, hey, I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna look at one more comment. Look at Mickey says you're hired. Boom, we got it. So yeah, Alex Strouf, check out Game on Wisconsin. Alex Strouf, Go Pack, go people. I'm going to do more of these shit this week. I think I might do a podcast every night. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, we might as well. It's playoff season, baby.
Dude, it is playoff, baby. And then next week, we're going to do more after that Packers victory against the Rams. I'm calling in sick on Saturday. They tried to tell me I work till 3 on Saturday.
That ain't happening.
I was like, bro, do you know you gave me sick days? I hope my boss ain't watching. If you are, I apologize. But appreciate y'all tuning in. Thanks for jumping on, Alex. Alex Strouf, ESPN, big guy. I feel like what's his name? Anyways, pretend I know an ESPN person's name. Fucking Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith.
Oh, no.
Stephen A. Smith ain't got shit on Alex. Go Pack, go people. Thanks for tuning in.